Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. Hope you're having an amazing day. We're taking a look here at Veracity VRA, seeing what's going on here. I got a request from this one here from XRAF. Thank you very much for requesting I cover this here. You are right, it has cooled down, but it's cooled down even further now that Bitcoin dropped a pretty decent chunk. So we're going to talk about that and much more. And if you're new to the channel, not a financial advisor, love to teach people to trade. Hope you can learn something here today if you want to become part of a bigger and better community and just I guess trading lifestyle. Got some awesome traders over here. Very well done. Guilia, correct me if I am butchering your name. I sincerely apologize. We also have some awesome trade signals as well as part of my premium group there, so be sure to check that out. Lever, we took 120% in 7 days, and of course Avalanche 50% in 2 days. These are both shorts, of course, because right now we're a little bit on the short heavy side with Bitcoin coming down. So does that mean we're going to just short Veracity right now? Not necessarily, but it does tell us that there's potential for further downside. But it could also have, we could be overextended here. So let's take a look at a few key factors, right? So big picture here, Veracity has a tendency of moving pretty fast, okay? Really big movements here under this coin. So I've covered this coin multiple times in the past. It has a tendency of making some pretty significant waves and then, cutting back out quickly. Okay, so you got to keep in mind, if and when it decides to ramp back up again, it may not last super long. Obviously, this most recent increase, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, roughly 8 days, came right back down to a screeching halt there. So if we take a look here, we can see we came up to 8 days in. We're about 6 days down to this progression to the downside. Okay, so we also want to factor in a few key things here too. So let's take a quick look at support levels. We can see a pretty obvious level here at about, what am I going to say? I'm going to 0047.0047. That's the level there. A little straighter. And then, of course, we got a more recent support range here as well. We could very well see the price be range bound now between 0.0044 and 0.0047. Okay? It's roughly the most recent highs that had difficulty crossing. Therefore, we can presume there'll be new supports or resistances. Obviously, that's a resistance here, but new support here as well. Let's take a quick look at some fibs as well and kind of see what's going on here. We are really close to 0.786. So my speculation is if the price does drop any lower, this should be the lowest point that we'll see, unless, of course, we see a strong drop from Bitcoin. We see that resurgence from Bitcoin at, somewhere in the range of like 23,000 is a potential reality. So we have the most amount of volume for Bitcoin in the larger picture. Then we could very well see that price point for Veracity, and this could very well drop down below that 0.0037 mark. Okay, so just some things to kind of think about here. All right, so let's talk about some key levels here. Or we kind of already did. Let's discuss just some moving averages. We've lost the 200 and the 20. This is common for a lot of coins right now, whereas the 50-day SMA is kind of lagging behind. So most 50-day SMAs will hold, at least initially. So we got kind of a double support here at about the 0.0044 mark. So my speculation is if the price comes down for another couple of days, which would make sense to finish the 9, we could very well see our 9th day bounce off that level. Okay, so there's a possibility there. So I would consider a long position there at that level. Now, again, consider is the emphasis, not necessarily the full proof there, because got a pretty strong divergence here on the MACD showing we got that momentum downside. Big surprise, price dropped really fast. We can also see the price action here at 50 on the RSI. We lost that tentatively, at least for today. We've got 5 hours left in today's trading candle, so there's a good chance we're going to close at or below 50. Okay, so those are both bearish. Right? So truth is here, we got mostly bearish signs here. Taking a long into a bearish type of continuation isn't necessarily the best bet. So truth is 0.0044 could be a very good bouncing point, but we probably want to wait for confirmation. To me, if I set like an order, we'll set like a limit order there. I will set a limit order perhaps halfway down and then a third order here so we can get a nice average price in this range. And if the price bounces, we can take some profits in this range here, close to the most recent resistance. Again, just little strategies that I have that keep me successful in this industry, but again, it's not for everyone, right? I'm more of a swing trader. Some people prefer to sit there and stare at the charts all day. I more so like to set it and forget it and go on with my life. I've done day trading for a long time, and it's not really a lifestyle I like to live anymore. Okay, yeah, different strokes, different folks. 4-hour time frame, let's take a quick peek here. We can see on the 4-hour that we are potentially getting our bottom here. We got potential convergence here. We've bottomed out at the RSI at 30 for a little while here. We looked previously when it last bottomed out at 30 on the RSI. That was roughly right here, and the price went sideways and then ramped up. Not saying this is going to happen again, but there is potential for that, considering we are fairly low and overextended to the downside. Okay, so that's a positive sign. Take a look at the overextension here as well. We came down to a 6, got a reset, previously a 9. So we've had 2 overextensions, if you will, kind of leading us to this point. So there is more probability of the price recovering from here, also maintaining that 200-day SMA on the 4 hour. So for the most part here, the 4 hour time frame looks bounce worthy. This is all contingent on Bitcoin not dumping. Keep in mind too, and I cover this on my videos here regularly, is to just kind of pay attention to Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance is down, price of Bitcoin's down. We're starting to see some stabilization from some altcoins right now, where altcoin dominance is actually up by 1%. So in truth, this very well could be a situation where we see the price action recover and it's found its tentative bottom. Okay? So just keep that in mind. Taking a quick look at liquidity there, we got some previous liquidity levels filled. We got a little bit left up top and bottom. Pretty standard par for the course there. Taking a look at the hourly, let's wrap this up here. Ichimoku Cloud, let's see what it tells us here. Well, it's basically telling us that you don't want to consider a long position just yet because we're still within the cloud, but conversion line and baseline are intersecting here shortly, and the lagging span is also within the price action or soon to be. So truth is here, we've got still some bearish qualities, but they're basically saying that, hey, you want to maybe consider taking profits if you have a short position open at this point, considering the fact that it's overextended and it's likely to recover and bounce back. So to me, if I was in a short, I'd trim majority of my position, leave a little bit left to ride, and then I would consider a long position here at about 0.00443 as a rough estimate, or perhaps even now, and just average your price down with multiple entries. Something to consider. That is basically my 2 cents. I'll go ahead and send out my playout charts, because I also send those out on my Twitter, Telegram, and Discord, just kind of highlighting what may happen next for certain coins. I cover Bitcoin daily, of course. You want to pay attention to that because that is an important thing. There's tons of liquidation at 25,000. We've got to be careful of that. So jump on over there, check that out. Like, follow, subscribe. Greatly appreciate it. Any comments would be wonderfully considered. Thank you very much in advance. And if you want to become part of something better, jump on over to our Discord. We got a really cool group here, and it's been a lot of fun. I just get to know my traders. So check that out. I do look forward to working with you. CryptoCash.tech is a site if you want to become a better trader. Check it out. Link down below. Have a good rest of your day. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.